Hey guys, welcome back to episode 6 of Who Should You Choose, the video series where I go through all of your questions and comments from the prior video and help you with your HUT lineup decisions. Before we get into the video, guys, I want to give a quick shout out to my merch company, High Score Tees, as my new merch, Game Train Repeat, for any of my gamer gym rat buddies out there. I thought that I would combine the two things that I really enjoy, gaming and the gym. So I made some merch. Go check that out if you want to support the channel. And not gonna lie, the quality is phenomenal. You will not be disappointed. And guys, make sure to check out my Chell podcast with my good friend Kesso Paguni. It comes out every Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. Link is down below for the latest episode. We go over everything, in-depth HUT market tips, the meta, all of that. So make sure you check that out. All right, let's get into the questions from the prior video. Now that we've done all of our plugs, we'll start off here with Let's Go Bullets. Hey, Sleeves, keep up the great content. My man, thank you so much. What should I do with my team? 86 Mac, 86 Suzuki, 85 Matthews. I'm assuming so all those are base except the Suzuki's the master item. Eichel Little, okay, so he went out and got the team builder. I respect it. Lone Yager, Point, Larkin, Kane. So guys, his forward core is pretty good. Like, it's set, really. You don't, like, that can compete with pretty much any team. On the back end, he's got Jones, good job. 88 Hedman, good job. Fox, Nurse, Ellis, and Riley. So this is a situation, guys, where your next move is to, like, hunt the big fish, okay? So I would be looking for maybe invest in an X Factor. So you have Matthews there, maybe invest in X Factor Matthews. You have Mac, maybe invest in Nathan McKinnon. Now, he says 86 Mac. I'm wondering if it's X Factor. I'm not sure on that. Lone Yager. If you like Yager, you could get him for pretty cheap right now because the majority of the people don't. I saw him going for like 200K in the marketplace now with the sets being released, where it's really not worth it to do the untradeable version of him. I will replace Yager with Goudreau. Okay. I want to replace my Barzal. Is it good or not? Dude, oh, you want to replace... Dude, Barzal, get the X Factor Barzal. That might be the way to go, too. I'm free to play at Bombarded, Fly the Zone, and Thief. Also, which Rivals reward should I take? Guys, always take untradeable rewards, especially with how the new sets work in events. Basically, if you pull an untradeable 85 or 86, even if you can't use it and you're stuck with it, at an event, there's going to be a set that'll require a random 85 or 86. You're going to save yourself thousands of coins, so always take untradeable. But yeah, I would start with going after a big fish now, man. Go after Matthews X Factor, McKinnon X Factor, Barzal X Factor, one of those three. Even on defense, your defense is pretty good, man. Like, the Seth Jones and Fox combo is really good. I don't know if I would go and overspend for a third pairing line just yet. I would go and try and get one of the bigger offensive guys. All right, so some Keo says, hey, Sleeves, as always, thank you for making these videos. I'm trying to slowly but surely make a competitive Ducks Lightning squad. I don't mind if the card art is different team like Icon, Solani, or Niedermeyer, but I want to use only current or prominent players from those two teams. There's not too many great Ducks cards yet, but here's my squad. What should I focus on next? 100K and about 100 NHLers. She's got Stamkos, Ferraro, Kucherov, Point, Richards, Lone Yager. Oh, man, this is going to be tough. So, man, you're testing my knowledge early on of Ducks right here, because I'm not going to lie, I can't stand the Ducks. Team builder Ryan Kessler. How about that? Just kidding. Don't go do that. Jones, Hedman, Gardner, Carlson. The team of the week, Vatanen. I believe he's an 82 overall. He's not a bad skater. He might be someone on your back end for you. In terms of forwards, man, it's going to be tough with 100,000 coins. There's probably an obvious one I'm forgetting about, but I can't think of one for a forward gore. But that Vatanen might be nice for your defense because, yeah, your defense is obviously going to lack a little bit. You have Scheifele and Matthews. Those are great cards, but obviously not going to play into the Lightning. Do you have Vazzy and net? You do have Vazzy and net. Man, the Ducks have just been down and out for a while now. Like, Niedermeyer and Solani, man. Like, you're probably chasing those guys. Niedermeyer is probably the only one that's affordable. Even Chris Pronger, but, man, they're tough to use online. Chris Pronger specifically. Jamie Eddy says, hey, Sleeves, loving the content as always. I've got 5 X Factors currently, which obviously isn't sustainable, so would appreciate your help. Where should I look to go with the team now? Panthers fan, so Barkov is a permanent fixture. Respect. Panarin X Factor, Barkov, Rantanen, Barzal X Factor, Matthews X Factor, Lone, and Hedman X Factor. Oh. So you're right that it's tough with the amount you have. Barkov is 100% the one I would get rid of first. And then maybe Hedman. If your Hedman's... oh, dude, that's tough too. If your Hedman is tradable, I would probably get rid of Hedman and just get his 88 overall card because that's fine to use. That's probably where I would go first if you're going to. And then once you do that, you can get another defenseman because you need a second pairing defenseman. You know, even on the right side, you could go like base Quinn Hughes would be a nice adjustment as well. But yeah, you definitely, I think Hedman would probably be the one out if you're not going to move Barkov. I really like Barzal. Panarin's obviously great. So was Matthews. But yeah, Hedman would probably be the one that would leave my team. Capitals SCA Sleeves. It's K-Mac from Twitch. What's up, K-Mac? Love your 72-hour stream. I'm money spent, by the way, obviously. Untradeable base McKinnon, Matthews, McKinnon, or McDavid, sorry. Panarin, Suzuki, Lone Yager. I have 400K. How do I invest to make more coins? I feel like my team is at its peak. I just want to make coins. Okay. All right, here's the honest answer in terms of making coins, guys. Sorry, you've lost the chance to do it easily because now the market knows what's coming. So events are going to need multiple different overalls, and now the overalls like 83 and 85, they're all locked in. People have realized that team builders are just too damn expensive, and really outside of Winnipeg players, which are being price locked on PS5, I'd be willing to bet every console has a central division team that's price locked, meaning that those 74 and 80 overall cards are just going for an absolutely absurd amount because of Adam Foote. You've got Base Mac, you've got McDavid. Like, you have 4... Okay, so the only way that you're going to make 1,000, like, with your coins, if you really want to make coins, it's going to be small, but you want to snipe 80 to 82s. Even that's tough. Because the sets were removed to make them more expensive. Because you've got so many coins, go and look at what the 85s are going for in your console, whatever it is. And then once you've figured that out, sit on the market and watch for them to dip like under 2K of what they are normally going for, because when the new event comes out, those are going to be the ones people can't easily flip 85s because they're expensive, right? But those are the ones that are going to go up in price because those will price lock, and you're only usually going to need about one of them. So people will pay that price. So the 85s and the 84 85s is where I would sit, especially with that coin. But you're not going to be able to do it easily, right? Like it's going to be a bit of a drag. There isn't going to be any crash and peaks for the next little while in the marketplace. Scheifele, Coots, Connor, Carlson, Hebben. On defense, yeah. So even your defense is fine. Like this team is like where I'm at, where I'm just like okay. But in terms, you've got 400K, you could make some. I would not buy the X Factor McKinnon. I'm trying to think of my team and like where I would go, but there isn't anyone from my team I'd recommend. Because you have Scheifele too. You have tradable X Factor Scheifele. I would trade that. That's on your fourth line. It's not doing you any good. And he's tradable. You'll make a lot of coins for that. And then on defense, you could go after Seth Jones. Oh no, you already have it. Sorry. John Carlson or Cale Makar. But that's probably where I'd say your team is fine. You could literally play with this team for a little while before you do your next upgrade. Don't chase coins. My man Maze says, hello again. I need some suggestions on what to upgrade next. As you know, I have a god tier team at the current state. So should I upgrade my third D-man pair to replace Hughes with someone, or should I replace my fourth line winger, Ferraro? I have 220K plus 150K if X Factor Barzal gets sold. Pulled him in untradeable rerolls, but never do your real rolls, guys. I've wasted so many silver players doing it. Smart man. Right now, and I will finish Elite 1 in squad battles and Diamond and Rivals. As always, keep up with the content. I'm loving all your vids. The strategy vid really helped me out a lot, and I've started to play better and have established more pressure in the offensive zone. Let's go. Much appreciated, man. I'm glad it helps out. I've currently 7 X Factors, and I'm trying to get McKinnon as well. Didn't go too well in my trade-in set. I had to choose Scheifele. My X Factors are Matthews, McDavid, Fleury, Jones, Stamkos, Barzal, Carlson. Out of them, McDavid, Jones, and Fleury are tradable. Okay. That's way I mean, I know you're hot rich, Maze. Though that's way too many X Factors. I would 100% get rid of Fleury. As you know, you could go out and get... If you want to flex, you could go and get Rask. I've had a pretty good success rate with Rask, although I would not recommend, unless you have a god tier team, to go out and get Rask. Outside of that, when it comes to building your team, this is how you want to go. First line offense, second line offense, first line defensive pair, third line offense, second line defensive pair, third line defensive pair, then your fourth line. So your third line defense is more important than your fourth line winger. So I would go and look to upgrade Hughes. However, there are very few upgrades for left-handed wingers or defensemen, man. Like you're looking at, if you already have Hedman, I'm assuming you have Ulf Samuelsson. If you don't have Ulf Samuelsson, it'd be him. And then you're looking at like Paul Coffey. That's really it, man. Is there going to be icon packs aside from Cecil's? I think at some point. There's no confirmation, but I would be stunned if they're just left in packs. I don't see that being the case. And when they do get, if a set does get released, guys, it will crash the icon price. So if you're holding on to a bunch of icons, or maybe there's one that you think you want to sell, but you don't really, I mean, the set could come this Friday. I don't think it will, but it could come this Friday, and when it does, all those icons are going to crash in price because now you can make them. That's the only reason that those icon cards are expensive. I said this in prior videos, is because they're card art, and they're very, very hard to actually acquire. Outside of that, there's so many better, just base cards. Thomas Sunblom says, Yo, Sleeves, bonjour. Wondering who to go for and who to upgrade first. Got most of my cards untradeable from playing or rerolls. Also got Draisaitl X Factor, but haven't upgraded him over 82 yet since I spent all my power-up collectibles on Matthews. That was the way to go. I got 0 power-up collectibles, but 110k gold, but grinded the market to make more. Here's my team. So he's got Pasta, Draisaitl, Kuznetsov, Barzal, Matthews, Connor, Atkinson, Crosby, Base Eller. He's got Kapanen, Tavares, Zucker, Base Klingberg, Base Quinn Hughes, Chernak, Riley. So it's your defense, man. Who to go for? Big Tampa fan, so I'd like to get Hedman from the event, but wouldn't his X Factor be better? All right, so the problem with Hedman's X Factor is the insane cost to it. So right now, you could get his X Factor, which is like, I'm going to guess over 200K or at least 200K. Then you're going to spend about 200K to get him up to 88, probably more if you don't have any collectibles. And he's got to now, just because he's got an event card, guys, he has now got to get, I believe, 4 more Prime Times or Team of the Weeks before he sees another upgrade. Meaning that you're spending like 400,000 coins to get Hedman to 88. Or you could just go out and spend however much, I believe it's 200K to make him. So I don't know how expensive he is on your market right now, Hedman. To get the 88 now, Hedman, and then probably be able to trade him or use him in a set later on. So 100% Hedman, you're just not going to, you're going to invest so many coins early on in the game when coins early on are just so much more important, especially when you've got like a kind of a base card team throughout most of your lineup. So 100% recommend that Hedman. Also Seth Jones, man. I mean, your right side defense, it's much easier to get. Seth Jones's 86 is phenomenal as well. There's no reason that you need to go get his X Factor card. I mean, God, if you've seen him play so far, it's gonna be a while before he gets a lot of live series or prime time. So be on the lookout for that. Your defense is where I would focus first. Also, you need another left-handed winger. Like even base Kane would be somewhat helpful, or base Taylor Hall. Base Taylor Hall is who you should go after for the left side. I love your vids, man. Keep up the great work. Thank you, my man. Jordan Buat says, hey, dude, a couple days away from getting 20 daily reward collectibles. Should I use those in the X Factor choice, or should I hold them for the 80 power-up icon? I want McDavid, but that cost to upgrade him is spicy. I wouldn't hate Gretzky, Lemieux, or Iggy sacking Forsberg. Maybe I'm answering myself. I'm not looking to have the most competitive team this year. Mostly the players I like. So maybe I hold and wait for the power-up icon choice because there are more choices I could be happy with. I'm pretty much maxed out on X Factors I could want besides McDavid. Starting to see the cost of upgrading and having too many X Factors. So, guys, also, what's up, Jordan? Hope you're having a great time. Here's the thing. McDavid is the God card. He is the Mario Lemieux and Gretzky of last year in NHL 21. Having X Factor McDavid is what everyone should be chasing because you'd only have to get him up to 88 before he's got like 94 speed. Like that alone, there is very few wingers that will even hit that with a combined over 90 shot, right? His card is worth chasing. And the problem with the icon power-up set that I've kind of thought about more, I do recommend it if you're able to play that much. The problem is that I believe there's 63 icons. So you've got a 5 and 63 shot to actually pull something you want and probably going to pull something you don't because there are very few icons that are even worth it. What I would recommend is do the X Factor set at least the first time because you can do it multiple times. And there's still enough time in the season to get one X Factor set and then the 80. That's still possible. You got to play a lot, but it's still possible. The chase for McDavid should be your highest priority no matter what, in my opinion. So I would go after McDavid first. McFlurry, I don't know, says, yo, Sleeves, enjoying the vids. So I figured out my team having top 9 forwards as Hawks players, top 4 defenses starting goalie. I went 7-1 on with it on Rivals on Div 4. Will there be videos on how to play each division like last year? So, guys, last year I did something called Breaking Plateaus, where basically I went through the things that you want to focus on specifically in-game for the division that you're in. So Division 10, to break Division 10, you know, just the basics, and then Division 5 and 6, the Division 3, you know, the kind of the meta glitch shots and whatnot. I will probably do that at some point later on, but this week, guys, look for my how to play defense video and offense video, where in depth I show you guys just the basics and advanced stuff that I do to try and, you know, remain in games, and it's worked out really well. Especially on defense, I found some really nice things to use, so be on the lookout for that. All right, Eric says, Ace Slaves, loving the content. Ginobili from Twitch. What's up, my man? Got around 330K with the below lineup. Almost got another free X Factor choice back, but if that doesn't hit well, what should I do next? All right, he's got Martin St. Louis, favorite player, respect. Matthews, 91 loan, but have 89 X Factor. McKinnon, X Factor, untradeable. I'm on the hunt for that McKinnon. Yager, Stamkos, Panarin, Kucherov, Barkov. Points, Rantanen, Ferraro, Captain. I'm going to assume that you're a Lightning fan. Hedman, Makar, Jones, Hughes. Your defense is fine. You don't got to worry about your defense. Your next move with 330K. It's upgrading Stamkos. Upgrading Stamkos? Yeah. And then if you need a left-handed winger, if you need a left-handed winger, probably Taylor Hall, just to move everyone up, and he would go on your fourth line. Kucherov and Rantanen go higher. But yeah, I would do Stamkos as X Factor. Or Matthews. Matthews at 91 is one of the best cards in the game. I would go Matthews, then Stamkos. Spend your coins upgrading that. The rest of you really don't need. That's the great thing about X Factors. You can upgrade within. You don't have to go out and look for more cards. Your defense is fine. If you really want to get picky, you could go get the 88. Seth Jones and Hedman are on the same side, so it's messing me up. No, your defense is fine, actually. You really no need to go up and upgrade. Is the move to spend fall collectibles on 20 power-up player or 80 token for the icon player? I would do the X Factor choice pack, my man. Yeah, do the X Factor choice pack. You're hunting McDavid. You're hunting McDavid or McKinnon. Hayden says, yo, Slaves, I love your vids. Thank you, dude. I currently have 15K, and I don't know whether to keep or sell 86 Sakic. I have Spark and Distributor activated. My lineup is 91 Yager, X Factor Matthews, Rantanen, Ovechkin, Ferraro, Barzal, Aho, Sakic, Suzuki. 15K, I don't know whether to sell 86 Sakic. I would sell 86 Sakic. He's not worth the cost that he's going for. You can get a lot of coins for that. You have the 86 Suzuki. It's really tough here because of the X Factors. Like, you have Tarasenko. You could go out and grab Kucherov for the left side. If you need a centerman, center's a pretty big hole right now. Like, even like base, I keep recommending base Couturier. I think I like his price. He's not a bad card at all if you're going to get rid of Sakic and then maybe just save your coins for the next release. But Kucherov on the left side is probably where I would go. How are you handling your seasonal collectibles? I got to make a video about this, I think. You want to do, if you can, do the icon collectibles, but for icon set. But first, get through that first one, get 20 seasonal collectibles, and go get McDavid. If you have the X Factor McDavid, go on and just save your coins or save your collectibles to get the icon set. But if you can't get the icon set, do packs. I mentioned that in my video. Echo says, hey, Sleeves, love the content as always. I'm wondering what should be my next move for my team. I don't know. I was thinking of saving up for base Kucherov. What do you think? Here's the team. X Factor, Matthews, Draisaitl, base, Kucherov, Svechnikov, Ray Ferraro, Yager, Tarasenko, Horvat, Hoffman, Teravainen, Zibby, Oshie. You got a lot of lefties and righties on the opposite side here. I would grab base Pasternak and base Panarin. Those would be where I would start. You could always get the X Factor Kucherov, but the 85 is fine. On defense, you're looking at Seth Jones. That's who my first target would be. And then I would sit on that and wait for a new release. But Panarin, Pasternak, then Hedman for sure. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for this episode of Who Should You Choose? Remember, leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe for the best chance to get your question answered. on the next video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.